And we're at T-minus 15 minutes and counting.
LC, Core 1 on countdown 1. No fuel adjustment is required.
Copy, Core 1. We'll check step 383, Prop 2. Configure OCCS for no adjustment to fuel level.
In work.
And Prop Lead, perform, step 385 will not be required.
LC, Prop 2, OCCS configured for no adjustment to fuel level.
Copy that. We'll check 384 complete. And launch team, we're about 2 minutes away for our final poll. We'll proceed with our final countdown today. Ops 2, LC, countdown 1.
Go ahead, LC.
Let's go ahead and initiate step 387. You can initiate FIV position override.
Override complete.
Copy that, Ops 2. We'll check 387 complete.
Again, we're standing by now for that 12-minute mark before launch, where flight controllers will conduct a poll to proceed with the final launch countdown.
About 1 minute from our final poll. Today, I want to give kudos out to our Ops 1 and Ops 2 team today. And Franz, it's almost time to say goodbye to Hans. And CMD, do you have status on internal power?
Yes, we're on internal power nominal.
Copy that, CMD. We'll check 386. Okay, launch team LC, countdown 1, step 388. Poll to proceed with final countdown. GSO?
GSO, go.
RSO?
RSO's go.
TD?
TD's go.
Prop lead?
Prop lead is go.
Stage 1?
Stage 1 team is go.
MES1?
MES1 is go.
GCE?
GCE is go.
ACE?
ACE is go.
Mars?
Mars is go.
CMD?
CMD is go.
LD?
LD is go.
And NG?
In honor of Major Robert Lawrence, whose courage and sacrifice in the name of space exploration will inspire generations of people from all backgrounds to reach for the stars, Northrop Grumman is go.
And I copy that, NG. We'll go to proceed with final countdown. And launch team, be advised, step 389 will not be required, and step 390 will not be required. Step 391 will not be required.
You just heard the poll to proceed with the final countdown to launch, and all teams are a go. Just under 11 minutes now from launch, and everything is still proceeding smoothly for an on-time launch at 2:21 p.m. Central Time, 3:21 p.m. Eastern. Once we get to that launch time, the first thing that will occur is the Stage 1 ignition, and you'll see liftoff just a few seconds after that. And those two main engines will burn for about 3 minutes and 28 seconds before cutting off, and Stage 1 will separate. Cygnus will coast for a bit until fairing separation, when the external cover that protects the spacecraft during launch will separate.
LC, countdown 1. We're going to go ahead and perform the main engine FIV opening checklist. You are go to proceed on steps Q1, Q2, and Q3.
And Alpha 2 copies. Opening VZD on my mark. 3, 2, 1, mark. And IR time 20:10:52.
Copy Q1.
The interstage adapter that connects the first and second stages will separate at 4 minutes and 14 seconds into flight before Stage 2 ignition, which is a solid rocket fuel that will burn for 2 minutes and 43 seconds. Once the second stage burns out, we'll be listening for the call of orbital insertion at 7 minutes and 4 seconds after launch. The vehicle will coast for 2 minutes before Cygnus separation at 9 minutes and 4 seconds after liftoff. At the time of launch, the International Space Station will be flying 258 statute miles over the Western Pacific. Then solar array deploy is expected to occur just about an hour and 19 minutes after launch.
And Ops 1 LC, countdown 1.
Go ahead, LC.
Yeah, let's kick off step 392. You go to enable your ACS VDMs.
LC Ops 1, ACS VDMs, internal power on.
How do you turn it on speaker?
ACS VDMs enabled, voltage nominal, ODM commands clear.
Copy that, Elect 1. We'll check 392 and 393. We have a hot mic on countdown 1.
Here. So this is the official countdown.
Oh, okay.
This is what Daniel's
LC
logged
Ops
into.
2, VRG activated.
He said if you turn that
Copy,
one off
Ops
and
2.
just
Hot mic on countdown 1.
explain publicly. This is the internal control panel. No.
LC Ops 2, VZD closed.
LC site control, GN2 conditioning initiated.
Copy that, site control. We'll check 394 and Q3. And MES1, report FIB position status.
LC MES1, FIB is indicating open.
Okay, copy that, MES1.
Yeah.
And Ops 2, you go for Q5, deactivate VRG.
Yeah, I turned it off. We're just here looking.
VRG deactivated.
Copy all. That completes our main engine FIB opening checklist.
Okay, we turned it on. Yeah, we did. We hung up.
LC, prop lead, VTSO activation verified.
I copy that, prop lead. Ops 2, step 396, initialize ground ordnance power supplies.
Ground ordnance power supplies initialized.
And ground ordnance power supply is nominal.
Copy that, Elect 1, check 396 and 397.
LC site control, AFBAY ECS transfer to GN2 confirmed.
Roger that, site control, check 398. And step 399 is not required for today's operation. And launch team, we're at T-minus 5 minutes and counting. Ops 1, step 400. You go to transfer avionics to internal power.
LC Ops 1, avionics internal power on, stand by for command completion.
external power off.
And LC, Elec 1, internal power is nominal.
Roger that, Elec 1, Ops 1, you can open your FTS umbiloop and verify green indication.
LC Ops 1, FTS umbiloop open and green.
LC Elec 2, FTLU and FTS receiver indications are nominal.
Roger that, Elec 2, Ops 1, step 404, send all armed command.
LC Ops 1, all armed command sent.
LC Elec 1, SNEs, ODMs all armed.
Copy, Elec 1, we're at T-minus 4 minutes and counting. NASA TD, report range status.
Range is green.
Roger that, TD, range is green. And launch team, be advised, step 407 will not be required for today's operation. And we're passing T-minus 3 minutes, 30 seconds. Phase 3 dynamic limits will be active at T-minus 3 minutes.
FC commanded to flight mode. Auto sequence start. ODM bus voltages and currents nominal.
Roger that, Elec 1. GNC 1, verify ready for nav mode.
LC GNC 1, orb nav ready for nav.
Ops 2, switch to nav.
LC Ops 2, switch to nav.
LC GNC 1, orb nav telemetry verified.
Roger that, GNC 1. Check 415. And launch team, we're passing T-minus 2 minutes. And T-minus 1 minute, 30 seconds. Mark. And T-minus 1 minute. Mark.
"40 seconds until liftoff."
T-minus 30 seconds. Mark.
"20 seconds till liftoff."
T-minus 10. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
We have engine start. Liftoff Antares, NG-13 mission from Wallops Flight Facility. Engines at 100%. Attitude nominal. TVC is nominal. Core pressures are nominal. Engine chamber pressures are nominal. Attitude nominal. Power subsystem nominal. Altitude 10,000 feet. Attitude nominal. Core system performance nominal. Engine and TVC systems nominal. Velocity 1,100 feet per second. Attitude continues nominal. Max Q, attitude nominal. Power subsystem continues nominal. Altitude 50K feet. Engine steady 100%. Core NG-13 activated. Attitude nominal. 3,000 feet per second. Attitude nominal.
Coming up on 2 minutes into the flight, they've passed maximum dynamic pressure on the vehicle.
Engine and TVC system remains nominal. 100,000 feet altitude.
2 minutes into flight.
Core pressures nominal. Engine steady 100%.
A minute and a half to go in first stage performance.
Attitude nominal. 150K feet altitude. Engine steady. Pressures nominal. $8,000 feet per second. Core pressures are nominal. Engines at 100%.
Coming up on 3 minutes into flight.
Low throttle down initiated. MECO slew maneuver initiated. Attitude nominal. Engines at 55% and nominal. $14,000 feet per second. Main engine cutoff.
Main engine cutoff confirmed. Standing by for stage 1 separation.
Upper ACS enabled. Stage 1 SEP.
Stage 1 separation confirmed. The next milestone is fairing separation, which will come in about 40 seconds.
Altitude 100 kilometers. Roughly 15 seconds to stage 2 ignition.
Fairing separation confirmed.
Fairing separation.
4 minutes into flight.
Interstage separation.
Interstage separation confirmed.
Attitude nominal. Stage 2 ignition.
And stage 2 ignition is confirmed. Stage 2 is that solid rocket fuel that will burn for about 3 minutes and 43 seconds. Burnout will come about 7 minutes and 9 seconds into flight.
Stage 2 will burn for roughly 2 more minutes. Power subsystem nominal. Stage 2 attitude nominal. Stage 2 TVC system performance nominal. Power subsystems continue nominal. FTS nominal.
FTS.
TVC nominal. Roughly 100 seconds till stage 2 burnout.
2 sekundy. Stars na first attempt.
Vehicle systems nominal. TVC system performance nominal. Attitude nominal. Roughly 1 minute to stage 2 burnout. Six kilometers per second velocity, 183 kilometers altitude.
Hot mic on countdown 1. Hot mic.
Vehicle performance nominal. Good attitude. Good power subsystems. 30 seconds to stage 2 burnout. System continues to perform nominally, heading into burnout. Stage 2 burnout.
Stage 2 burnout confirmed. Cygnus now moving about 16,822 miles per hour.
ACS enabled. Beginning maneuver to acquire payload separation attitude. Power nominal. The vehicle will continue to coast until conditions are met for payload separation.
Cygnus separation will come about 9 minutes and 4 seconds into flight.
Attitude nominal, roughly 1 minute to payload separation. ACS and power subsystems nominal, attitude nominal. Altitude, 197 kilometers. 30 seconds to payload separation. Vehicle subsystems continue to operate nominal. Roughly 15 seconds to payload separation.
Welcome to Verizon Wireless. The wireless customer you called is not available at this time. Please try your call again later. Announcement 1, switch 170-3.
We have payload separation.
Welcome to Verizon.
And spacecraft separation confirmed.
You called is not available at this time. Please try your call again later. Announcement 1,
Beginning
switch
C-cam maneuver.
170-3.
And Cygnus is now on its way to the International Space Station, where it will arrive in 3 days on Tuesday, February 18th. I'm still joined on console here by Chad Davis of Northrop Grumman. Chad, what will the Northrop Grumman teams do here on the ground until Cygnus arrives to the space station?
From this point moving forward, now that Cygnus is separated from the upper stage, the team in MCC Dulles that we saw earlier, Zach Dwyer, the current mission director, followed by Paul Brower, the second shift mission director, will be making sure all the systems are nominal, going through, getting the solar arrays deployed, initializing the prop system, and essentially starting to play catch-up with the International Space Station.
And looking forward to Cygnus' departure on May 11th, Cygnus will perform some secondary operations. Can you go over some of those?
Sure. Yeah, once we depart the ISS, we typically perform a burn to climb up to a little bit higher altitude, and then we have different payloads on board, microsat, CubeSat deploys we typically do, and for this particular mission, we have the Sapphire, or the fire experiment that we talked about on Sunday, provided by the Glenn Research Center, and we'll actually set off that experiment to measure different interactions of fire and microgravity, and that will occur inside Cygnus post-deploy. So those are two of the main activities that we do, along with some other what we call lessons learned that we gain more and more experience flying the vehicle.
All right, Chad, thank you for joining us today, and here shortly we'll be talking to Joel Montalbano, International Space Station Deputy Program Manager.
Thanks for having me.
Now joining me on console is Joel Montalbano, International Space Station Deputy Program Manager. Joel, thanks for joining us today.
Oh, my pleasure. It's great to be here. Awesome launch today.
Cygnus is in orbit en route to the station for its arrival on Tuesday. So how important was today's launch in terms of continuing resupply of the station and the science it is delivering to the crew on board?
You know, we meticulously plan every one of the missions going to the International Space Station, and today's mission is no different. We have hardware on board that will continue the robust science and research program we have on board the space station. We also have equipment on board that will continue the development of commercialization of low Earth orbit. And we have hardware on board that helps us in exploration. It helps us buy down risk for the Artemis program as we return to the moon and go even further.
And the Northrop Grumman flight control team continues to be busy managing Cygnus's launch today. Its journey to the station and the previous Cygnus that will remain in orbit for the next 2 weeks, serving as a science platform. How impressive is the ability of these commercial flight control teams to multitask in support of station operations?
You know, we have a really good relationship with Northrop Grumman and all our domestic partners and international partners, and it's a partnership. We work together to one, fulfill the NASA contract that we have with these companies, as well as to help them meet their company objectives on board. You know, for one example is this mission was scheduled about 2 months from now, and NASA had the need to move it up. We worked with the Northrop Grumman team. We were able to move it up into this time frame, and what you saw today was just an awesome launch and a result of some of that work and an example of the great partnership we have.
And no time to rest for the station program, with SpaceX almost 2 weeks from its next cargo run to the station and a Soyuz crew rotation to follow in the early to mid-April timeframe. As always, how complex will the next few months be for the station program and the global partnership?
You know, this year we're going to celebrate 20 years of continuing human presence aboard the International Space Station. And one of the coolest things about working on Space Station is the next 2 months are always busy. You know, following this launch today, we'll have a berthing early next week. Looking forward in March, we'll have a SpaceX cargo mission launching to the International Space Station. Going to April, we'll have a Soyuz mission bringing 3 new crew members. And then mid-April, Soyuz landing, bringing 3 crew members home. Fast forward a few weeks after that, we'll have a Japanese cargo mission bringing critical batteries to the International Space Station that allow us to continue our upgrade of our power system. In addition to all that, we're working with SpaceX and Boeing to launch crew members from Kennedy Space Center this year. We plan to have both of those missions visiting the International Space Station. And on top of all that, we do our daily job of the research and science we do on board, the exploration objectives I talked earlier, as well as work to commercialize low Earth orbit. So just an awesome time to be working on the International Space Station. And these 2 months and the future 2 months are always going to be busy.
All right, Joel, thanks for your time today, and thanks for joining us here on Console.
My pleasure. Thank you. Congratulations, everyone, on a successful launch.
Time today at 2:21 p.m. Central Time, 3:21 p.m. Eastern to begin its journey to the International Space Station.